The Gayety Theater first opened in Brooks in 1912. At the time, it had a 200-seat capacity. Peter McNabb was the first owner, but many remember the Ubertinos running it for years to come. Ray Romans tells the story about how he got into the theater business in Brooks.
My name's Ray Romans. My wife Chris and I ran the drive-in and the hardtop theater here in Brooks. They were purchased originally from the Ubertinos in '71 by my wife's father and his partner ran two theaters around Alberta. And then 2 years later, Chris and I came down here and we took over managing it.
Peter Ubertino bought the Gayety Theater and moved from Bazzano to Brooks in 1935, during the height of the Great Depression.
The Ubertinos, they went through the hard times. I would spend a lot of time with Aldo Ubertino, and Ubertinos had a portable generator pulled by a van, and they would go cross country in the wintertime over frozen lakes and so on, and times were really tough. Sometimes at the end of the week they might have a $20 profit for a whole week's work.
It was a family business. While Pete's wife Dinah, son Aldo, and the family dog operated the theater, Pete and his other son Dante ran a theater circuit that covered a radius of 60 miles and included Duchess, Vauxhall, Standard, Hazard, Patricia, and Tilly. This 35mm Wenzel Ace projector was used to bring the spectacle of film to Brooks.
Looking at this equipment today, it looks old today, but up until the 80s it was the latest thing. Back in the really old days, it was almost primitive. They didn't have the sound on there. They didn't have the soundtrack. They did eventually get recordings, but the projections had to be really on his toes, because it was like putting the needle on a recording on a turntable, and there would be a little cue where he would know when to drop the needle. But even today, sometimes you'll see where the lip sync is not in line with the sound.
The new Gayety Theater opened in April of 1944. It was able to accommodate 100 more patrons than the previous one. In 1955, the Ubertinos opened the drive-in just north of Brooks. Ray remembers how popular it was. Sometimes the lineup was backed up all the way to the Brooks graveyard.
The drive-in was popular in its day. It was the thing to go for family entertainment. People would come, they'd bring their kids, and little kids would be in their pajamas, and it was a good thing in its day.
In 1973, the indoor theater was renamed the Stardust, and the drive-in the Sunburst. Ray sold the indoor theater in 1983 to the Victory Church, and the drive-in was sold in 1992 before arsonists burnt it down in 1998. Landmark Cinemas bought the theater in the early 90s, and it was renamed as the Oasis Theater.
We were the last independent theater drive-in in Brooks, or in Alberta.
Both Pete and Ray's passion for film and entertainment allowed the County of Newell to witness the growth of an industry that makes billions today.